Inocente. Welcome back to my podcast. It's June 11th, so we're here. Summer has basically begun. I'm sure your kids are very close to getting out of school. May the force be with you. I am very excited to say that my daughter and I took a little trip to her new, soon to be new elementary school yesterday, and we did like our TK orientation. And so that was super exciting. But for now, she will be going to her preschool still 3 days a week, basically till school starts. I may take her out a week or two before just to get some time with her. But yeah, so next summer will potentially be my full on, kid home all summer long. But yeah, I'm thinking of you guys. I hope you're doing well. I hope that the last episode that I had was helpful in just kind of talking about some down payment options. And what I want to say is if, um, you want to discuss that more, I am offering my summer strategy sessions that I have all summer long. They're about 30-minute. Just like a meetup, like for coffee or, juice, cocktail, whatever you want to do. Your drink's on me, or over Zoom if you can't make it to that. But we just kind of talk about whatever you want to talk about. So if you want to talk about what your down payment options are, maybe some pockets in LA County that are more affordable than others. Just maybe some suggestions. Say, I might be a couple of years out from buying my first home. What do I do? We can come up with a game plan, or even a seller. I met with a seller recently, and just kind of talking about their options, as far as like, some ideas that you need to think about pre-listing, just some market stats for their area and what that means for them, talking about their timeline, what I offer, what my marketing plan is. And I don't bring anything free to sign at these appointments. So it's not like you're going to get swindled and at the end I'm going to pull out like some contract. I don't do any of that. I'll touch base with you here and there and just check in and see how you're going, depending on what you're looking for, and what our plan is. It's very personalized, but yeah, it's not like this isn't like some sneaky sales tactic. So just so you know, it's a great way to get to know me as well and see if, we're even a good match, because sometimes, not everybody is for everybody. But yeah, so I hope that was helpful. Let's see. So what did I do last month? I read some books. One of the books I read that I actually liked was called A House with Good Bones. Did I talk about this one already? I can't really remember, to be honest with you. I've been so busy. But either way, it's a really great book. It was basically kind of like a haunting, it wasn't very scary, but kind of like thriller type book. About this girl who like goes home for a period of time. It's just like a break from work, and there's some weird stuff happening in the house, and I don't want to spoil it, but it was pretty good. It was interesting. I would give it a 3. Kind of take it or leave it. But if you're looking for something that's easy to read and a little suspenseful, definitely look at that. What else have I been up to? I have been shopping at the new Sprouts in Canyon Country more than I should. Um, it's just so nice in there. I love a good shopping experience. I kind of have like 2 modes. I'm either like Walmart groceries, I get them delivered. Walmart Plus is like the best. If you, I'm not sponsored, I should be. But if you, want grocery delivery and stuff, Walmart Plus is like, oh my gosh, the best. And then my other mode is like, let's go to Sprouts and Whole Foods. So since I live near the new Sprouts, I've been going there a lot. I love it. I don't understand, if you live in Canyon Country, why we currently have 3 Starbucks basically in the same intersection. I thought that the one by Vaughn's was going to go away, but I asked one of the employees the other day and they kind of looked at me like, what are you talking about? So I don't know now. But if you're not from Santa Clarita, or maybe like you're in the AV or on the other side of town, at like the Sand Canyon Soledad section, we have a Vaughn's grocery store where there's a Starbucks inside there. And then outside of that, in that shopping center, we have a Starbucks that has a drive-through. And then catty corner to that, they opened up a new shopping center with the said Sprouts. and soon to be Handel's ice cream, which I'm super excited about. But anyways, there's also now a Starbucks in that shopping center. So I don't understand. And if you're like you hate like the new paper lids and you're local, that new Starbucks uses plastic lids. I don't know why the other one by Vaughn's that has the drive-through uses paper, but the newest Starbucks in the Sand Canyon Plaza by Sprouts uses plastic lids. So just an FYI for you. Um, I've also been trying to get back at it with my good healthy habits that I kind of fell off the wagon over the holidays and just, I don't know what happened. It just never really got back on track. So I've been back doing street parking workouts, which are kind of like CrossFit-y, but a little bit more approachable. There's like different variations of each workout for the day. So there's like a super beginner workout where like if you have no workout experience or, or some of the movements are new to you, that's really great. And then there's, that's called Shift. And then there's program A, B, and C. And it's like the dumbbell version, the barbell version, or like a sandbag / odd object version. I kind of rotate between all four of them, to be quite honest. But I just do them in my garage. Probably creep out all my neighbors, but that's been nice to kind of get back into that, especially with the weather. Well, now it's kind of been a little too hot, but like last month, the weather was like perfect, like in the 70s a lot and stuff. And it was really nice to just like have the garage door open, play my music, do my workout. It takes me like 30 minutes with warm up and workout and maybe like a little cool down. But I've really been enjoying that. So yeah, what else have I been up to? Well, I signed my daughter up for Girl Scouts for Daisies, and I went to the meeting and I didn't realize that they were forming like a new troop because the kids are like 4 and 5 years old. I didn't really understand. It was presented as like an orientation. I thought the woman that put the orientation together was like a troop leader. Again, I did not understand. I had a very brief stint in Girl Scouts growing up. But turns out we were forming a troop and it's free when they're at this age, I guess. And so I was like, I'm sure all these parents are going to sign up. So I was like real friendly, talking to everybody as I tend to do. And when it came time to learn about what the troop leader does and it was all explained, a lot of the parents were like, I could see in their eyes, like, I'm not doing that because you have to get fingerprinted and do a background check. And you got to do like a 2-hour mandated reporter training. It's like a whole thing. And so I was nominated to be troop leader. So I'm actually pretty excited about it, to be honest with you. But, I didn't want to I wasn't like so eager to like jump up and do it. I thought maybe a mom would be like, me, but they all just kind of looked at me because I talked so much at this meeting. They were like, will you do it? So I am the troop leader to my daughter's new Girl Scout troop. So we're waiting for one of the women to finish up her background check because you have to have 2 people that have been fingerprinted and stuff. Because both of us have to be present at every meeting, which is really great that they do that. So I'm waiting for her to finish up her stuff. Once she finishes up her stuff, then we can kind of begin our meetings and slowly do like one a month. I think we have room for 1 or 2 other kids. So if you live in Santa Clarita and you're interested in your kids around like 4 or 5 years old, just reach out to me. You can message me on Instagram at Hi Kim Inocente or text me 661-618-2591. All the information is in the show notes, but like the more the merrier, to be quite honest. So anyways, that's what's going on there. And then we did the TK orientation, which almost brought tears to my eyes, but was very cute. And yeah, that's about it. Other than that, just been working, waiting for my tomatoes in my garden to like ripen and, so that I can pick them. But things are going well back there. So far, so good. So anyways, the point of this episode, besides my personal life updates, is to update you on what's going on in both the Santa Clarita and Antelope Valley real estate markets. One of the things I want to say, and I'll break down the market stats, but you'll hear as I talk about this that, there's a lot of headlines I've seen that say prices are dropping, this and that, da, da, da. Yes and no, like it depends on the area. And so you can't just make these like generalizations. Like there's pockets, throughout the country where prices are dropping. And then there's areas throughout the country where prices are increasing. And so you really have to get more local on it. And so that's basically what I want to do here. And what my real focus is to keep you informed, to whoever may be listening to this. I don't, um, I might just be talking to myself out there, which is fine. But anyways, so yeah, so we'll break it down. And then also if you want, this like more in, printed out or typed up, whatever, you can either go to my Instagram. I always post the market stats for each valley because I do primarily work Santa Clarita and Antelope Valley are like my real specialties. And I send an email out every month with this information. So there's a link in the description of the podcast where you can click on and sign up for that. So anyways, so Santa Clarita. So first we're going to talk about Canyon Country. So keep in mind, stats are behind. So, it's June, but we now finally have the report for May. So we won't know what happened in June until July. So we're right now, even though it's June 11th, we're talking about the month of May. So with that said, for the month of May, Canyon Country had a median sales price of $735,000. In April, that median sales price was $820,000. So we saw a decline there. Active listings in May, we had 194. April was 180. And if you want to go back to like a year ago, the median sales price in May 2024 was $774,990. So prices have softened for sure. Newhall had an increase. So May showed a median sales price of $775,000. In April, that median price was $700,000. In May of 2024, Newhall had a median sales price of $725,000. So it was kind of like more in between. Active listings for the month of May were 66 in Newhall. We had 58 in April. In Castaic, May's median sales price was $790,000. April's was $840,000. So there was a decline there. Active listings for the month of May were 74 in Castaic, 63 in April. And May, their median sales price in May 2024 was $775,000. Valencia had a median sales price of $859,990 in the month of May. In April, their median sales price was $870,000. Active listings in the month of May was 305. In April, that number was 273. May 2024 median sales price was $865,000. So Valencia's kind of, I would say, been pretty stable. Stevenson Ranch, May's median sales price was $950,000. April was $1.1 million. Active listings in Stevenson Ranch in May was 32, and in April was 36. May 2024 median sales price was $1,131,710. Saugus had a median sales price in May of $845,000, and in April it was $829,000. Active listings was 159 for the month of May. In April, it was 139. May 2024 median sales price for Saugus was $835,000. So I would say Saugus has been pretty, you can see, stable as well when it comes to their median sales price. So, the market has shifted. There is definitely a better environment for buyers in Santa Clarita. There's definitely a lot more homes listed for sale, about 63% more than May 2024. Properties, they are staying on the market longer. They're averaging about 38 days in the month of May compared to 29 days last May. But it is a quicker pace than earlier this year. So in April, we had a average days on market of 39 and March was about 50. Prices have held steady kind of year over year, but when you break down like these individual areas, you do have mixed results. Some saw prices climb, some areas saw prices drop. So it really depends, like I said, on the area. So now we'll go to the Antelope Valley, which is easy because you just have Palmdale, Lancaster. That's what I'm covering. So Palmdale in the month of May had a median sale price of 535,000. In April, it was 520. Median days on the market was 31 compared to 58.6. I'll be very precise there in the month of April. Active listings, basically same in the month of May, 253, and in the month of April, there was 254. Lancaster had a median sales price in the month of May of $499,900. April was $485,000. So both cities in the Antelope Valley did see price increases. Lancaster's median days on market for May was 29. April was 36 of last month. So both cities experienced home selling quicker. Active listings in Lancaster actually went up quite a bit. So May had 380 active listings. April had 347. So, homes are taking a bit longer to sell compared to last May in the Antelope in Palmdale. Last May's numbers for median days on market was 18. So now we're at 31. But I will say the good news is the sales price, like you heard, went up by almost 4% compared to last May. So, but it did go up even still by $15,000 from the month prior. So there is more homes for sale, and there are a lot more choices for buyers. So Lancaster, same thing, home prices went up. So the median days on market is 29. Their median days on market in Lancaster for last May was 26. So it's about the same. Sales price actually climbed up 6% from last May, and even almost $15,000. Again, very similar from the month prior. There's a lot more homes for sale, and that means it's so much more homes for buyers, there's so many more opportunities. And especially in the Antelope Valley, because so many more homes are coming to the market, the buyers have more options, but you can see that prices are holding strong and steadily increasing. And so if you're in the Antelope Valley, you can see there's a difference between there and Santa Clarita from just how the prices are varying and days on market and things like that. So, for instance, if you're even struggling to buy a home, in Santa Clarita, and, we've had a lot of price decreases and things like that, and affordability is an issue. The Antelope Valley is really a great place to go if you don't mind the additional commute, because price growth, is really great out there. There's a lot of aerospace, a lot of businesses still coming. It's still very much a growing area. So, that's kind of what I want to say about that, is that it really does depend on the area. You can't just say, talk about the market in general, from what you hear on the news, and just say that's how it is, because I'm in Santa Clarita and, 45 minutes down the 14, it's a different story. So again, it really depends. You need someone in your community, or who is familiar with your community, to be able to advise you in the right way. We get a lot of agents, which is fine, that come out to Palmdale to list homes and stuff, but they don't know the differences. And so if they're just applying what they know from their community, maybe where prices have been softening, they don't know that prices are actually increasing out there. And so, just something to consider. But anyway, so that's kind of your market update there. I don't really have a whole lot to say other than that. I'm actually going to head out right now. There is a local baker in Santa Clarita that's called Daily Needs. I'll link it. But she makes sourdough bread from her home, and I've been following her for a while, and I am obsessed with her Instagram account. So I finally was like, okay, I'm going to go buy bread, because they go on sale certain times throughout the month, and I miss it typically. So I remembered, I set an alarm. So it's time to pick up my bread today. I got to pick it up between 3 and 6. So I'm going to go do that. And then on Saturday, I have book club. I need to finish reading my book. It's The Wedding People. I'm halfway through. If the book continues on like it has been, I will say I highly recommend it. So far, all I can tell is it's about a girl who had a failed marriage, a lot of just difficulty, fertility things, whatever. And she goes to this hotel to what I don't want to spoil it, but anyways, there's a wedding going on there, and so she kind of like gets intertwined with what's going on there, and I don't know, it's just been a really good book. I really enjoyed reading it, and I did not have high hopes. So, yeah. Anyways, I hope you are having a wonderful week. And if you want these emails sent to your inbox, if you want to be just like updated and you want to see numbers, just just click the link down in the description and you will get that every month. I send it out. And yeah, follow me on Instagram. The updates are there as well. And yeah, if you need anything, I'm here for you. And take care. Bye.